You are tuned in to Frogtown Community Radio, 94.1 FM, Frogtown Community Radio.
WFNU-LP is a volunteer-run station made up of many different community voices. Each program expresses one aspect of that diversity and not the views of WFNU-LP or Frogtown Tuned In as a whole. With all that out of the way,
We are the SunDogs. Wow.
You are tuned into SunDogs Present Local Vibes. We are two favorite canines. We're the good boys with the gruesome twosome. We're coming at you.
And we're here with BDaMan.
Yo, it's wonderful to be back, yo.
Long time no see, at least here in the studio. We're sitting down with you formally.
Yes. Great to be back.
Make sure you follow him at BDaMan612. That's BDaMan 612.
Yes, sir.
Instagram, Twitter is both BDaMan612.
Yep.
And then Facebook is just BDaMan.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yep, absolutely.
You can follow SunDogs at SunDogsTC.
Before us, you were listening to the 94.1 FM WFNU-LP music rotation. If you're a local artist, please send your music to station manager at WFNU.org. Clean radio-edited music of any genre our radio station will play, because they prefer to play local music. And if you've got that local hip-hop or R&B music, send it to us, sundogstc@gmail.com.
After us Friday nights heat up even more. Again, SunDogs Present Local Vibes, kicking off your Fridays at 6. More of the 94.1 FM music rotation after us.
And then Get the Gravy Hot with Gall Dagburn is after that on Fridays at 9 p.m.
Fridays at 10 p.m. is Basic Beats with DJ Dom Terrace.
Club 120 Plus with Sid DeLuca has its replays Fridays to finish out the Friday at 11.
And some other phenomenal programs here on WFNU include The Midday Escape with Philip Gracia live Fridays at noon and replays Thursdays at noon.
Weekdays at 7 a.m. you can catch the morning program with Dr. Rick Burnett.
And The Extra Dimension with Ian R. Buck Sundays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
651 Sports Update with Mike Resendez is Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Alan Frazier Motivational Talks, those include live interviews. That's Thursdays at 3 p.m.
And Hits in History of the 60s, 70s, and 80s with Dr. Rick Burnett is live 8 a.m. on Mondays. And then midnight, you got the replays Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Evolution with Mr. Zero and Dr. Rick Burnett, Wednesdays at noon, Fridays at 8 a.m.
And Funk to Your Ears is Tuesdays at 7 and Saturdays at 7.
We'd like to shout out the station managers here at WFNU for just keep it staying on their toes.
Exactly.
We moved to a new location. Pre-recorded. They've really been holding it down.
Exactly. Stepping it up so we can step it up.
And speaking of people stepping it up, there are another myriad of shows here in the Twin Cities that focus on the phenomenal hip-hop and R&B here in the Twin Cities.
That's right. Soda Sound is the B&E Crew's Half Pint Nacho Suave, and that's on Thursdays at 6 p.m.
You can look that up on Facebook, SOTA Sound Radio. Chopping it up with chopping it up with
That's
Pops.
us.
That's the SunDogs version. Chopping it up with Pops. You can find that on Facebook Live.
Mini Rapolis, the podcast with Logan Michaels, is on his YouTube channel.
And the DJ Buster Baxter Show is live every Friday on Mixcloud.
Oh, yeah, and a new B&E show, The Walrus the Human Show, is on their channel on YouTube, the B&E Music Channel.
Like we said, we're sitting down with BDaMan. He's been patiently waiting for us to get done with our business. We've got a small slice of more business to go over, and then we're getting right into it. Again, follow him at BDaMan612, BDaMan612.
Our last episode was with Nacho Suave.
Yeah, we got to sit down with him.
And if you want to check out all of our archived episodes, you can go to anchor.fm/localvibes to listen to the audio, or you can go to the SunDogs TC YouTube channel and check out a bunch of our episodes with video accompaniment.
Bing, bang, boom. Next week, we've got Real Smooth in the studio.
Oh, baby.
And again, we broadcast live Fridays at 6 with replays Mondays from 3 to 4 p.m. So live Fridays at 6, what can they do?
Well, to tune in, there's a bunch of different ways you can tune in. If you live in the Frogtown community, you can go to 94.1 FM on your radio dial. Mm-hmm. If you live outside of the Frogtown area, you can go to wfnu.org/live. Mm-hmm. You could download the Live 365 app. You could watch it live on YouTube, the SunDogs TC channel.
Yeah.
And then live Fridays at 6 is when you want to call the studio phone.
651-313-5125.
So if it's any Friday and you're listening to any of our episodes and it's 6 to 7, boom, SunDogs are the one who will answer that phone. 651-313-5125. Ask our guest a question, request a song, announce a live music event you have coming up.
If you don't swear, we'll put you on the air.
That's right, and we're here to please. We'll do pretty much whatever you want for you. We'll tell you where to get some excellent Thai food.
But you got to call in for that. 651-313-5125.
I think that's the BDaMan.
I believe so. I don't think we have solid information on some upcoming shows, so I'm not going to shout out those.
24th, Moxie is the
yes.
Juice Lord show with, he's got a live band and he's doing an hour set. Bunch of other people performing there. There's AKA Kobe show that he's putting on the 27th at the Creator Space. There's a bunch of other shows, too, that I'm forgetting. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we'll have more solid information for you.
Got to take care of the St. Bolt boys
Precisely.
first.
But let's get right into it. BDaMan, the man, the myth, the legend, has been patiently waiting.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for linking up with us, man. It's so good to have you back. It's been since 2019 since we've had you on.
February 18th,
yeah.
2019.
Oh
Ooh,
years.
long time.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Oh
And we
my
were
God.
talking before we went on air that's when you were still kind of finalizing BDaMan, correct?
Yep. Yeah, that would be around the time I was finalizing BDaMan, getting everything set, ready to go.
And since then, a whole nother project has been completed and released.
Yeah, yep. That would be my EP, I'm Serious.
Yeah.
6 songs on there, mixed and mastered by yours truly under the Mad Bandit Doctor moniker.
Oh, Mad Bandit Doctor?
Mad Band the Doctor. So it's
Mad
like
Band.
so it's like an anagram of BDaMan. So if you
Oh,
rearrange
yep,
the letters
yep,
of BDaMan, you'll get Mad Band.
Mad Band.
I like it.
That's cool. I didn't know you produced. That's very cool. Is that a new hobby since the pandemic, or have you always been dabbling in the production?
I produced the BDaMan album as well.
We must have talked about that then. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's a big deal to me. That's very
It's
cool
huge,
being
yeah.
able to make the sound, maybe even change the sound of a song after you have lyrics for it to like really fit the lyrics, really set the mood.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's amazing. I mean, even finding a producer who's willing to do a full project would be a step below doing it all yourself, because then it's total control, and that's so cool. Do you think for future projects you'll continue doing it, or do you come across any stumbling blocks doing it all by yourself this time around?
I'd say the stumbling blocks for like doing it myself would be like just trying to, find ideas that are new and fresh and trying to figure out innovative ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big sampling guy, so I try to really go above and beyond with my sampling, trying to find unique ways to really make it special, especially if it's something that's already been done.
Yeah.
I really try to like put my own stamp on it, hence the like doctor portion of Mad Band the Doctor, really trying to like dissect the sample and be like, okay, how can I do this differently? How can I rearrange this in a way that like sounds like super unique?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on sampling your own work? Kind of a meta or slowing down of a earlier song as the outro of a newer song,
Yeah.
Or do you kind of stay away from that?
I've actually been dabbling into that a little bit.
Okay.
I'm sure is the as the catalog grows, it'll be more and more tempting to do that. Be like, oh, I wish I could have this one little part that was in this song and this song.
Yeah, there's actually a few instances I've either like flipped a lyric in the old song or even
Nice.
some beats coming up for a future album. There's one in particular I flipped a line from a song on I BDaMan.
Oh, that's very cool.
So yeah, there's been a few instances I've went back and been like, okay, like I can use like this lyric from like an older album and then like work it into the hook. Like Cool Cut Chillin', for example, from I BDaMan. The premise of the hook Cool Cut Chillin', I flipped from a lyric of a song I did on the Here's the Man album on a song with Monopole Joe called Just Chillin'. The end of the first verse, I was like, cool cut chillin', cruising in your seat, and then I took that lyric and then put it in the song on I BDaMan for Cool Cut Chillin'.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's super cool. I noticed T.I. was doing a lot of flipping on his most recent project. Yeah, I think he even did a couple of beats from King on his newest Libra project. And yeah, I love that. I'm sure your fans love hearing you reference songs that they know.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, boom, instant nostalgia, like instant recognizability with that energy that you bring.
And staying within the BDaMan world.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's like, yeah, BDaMan's always cool cut chilling.
Exactly.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's our bad. Haha.
So it's been a while since we've got to sit down with you. I hate to date ourselves too much, but how has recent global events affected your work at home artistry? Has your home studio kind of evolved? Are you now able to do more at home than you were before, or before the pandemic, were you able to do stuff predominantly from home because you have the production hat as well?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely advanced in a way. It's been a little bit more trickier with the pandemic, but I'd say it's pushed me in a way to really figure out new ideas for a new album. I recently got a Blue Yeti mic. I got that last June, so I've been trying to kind of like record a few verses here there at home. The last like verse I did was for Breakneck for his album. I did a song for him called Warning Shot, so I recorded that at home.
Okay.
Production wise, I've got like beats ready for an album, but just been trying to write a little bit more. So it's
nice.
It's been kind of good and bad to like advancing on the studio at home, trying to get it set up so I can record my next album and keep on producing. So it's been good and bad, but I'd say mostly good in terms of helping the creativity keep moving forward.
Very cool.
Nice.
So you said there's 6 songs. When did the most recent project come out?
That was
I'm Serious was 2020, right?
Yeah, that was June 11th, 2020. So my birthday, not this year, but last year.
Okay.
And we haven't talked to you at all since then. Is there local features on that project?
No, there is not.
I think it's just you. I believe.
just me. The only technical feature would be a homie of mine, Gabe Issa from Papa Blue and the Fist Bump Congress. He was the guest engineer for that album since I did it for the Sound Arts program for MCTC. He was able to kind of help me get that project engineered so that way, I could go in there and record, make sure it's sounding good, and then that way could take all the files, mix and master it. Obviously I produced it myself, so he was essentially like the sole feature in a way, not like vocally, but like, in the
production credits. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, in the production credits, he would definitely get credit for helping me stay on my A game for recording.
That's so cool. You said at MCTC they've got a music program now, or what is that all about?
Yeah, they've had this program called Sound Arts. Okay. They've had that for it's been a while. I don't know how long, but it's been there for a while, at least 10 years since I first went. So during 2018 when I went back there, I decided to go back for Sound Arts, really step up my production, step up my overall knowledge of sound. So I graduated from there in May 2020.
Wow.
Got my degree in there. So hashtag be the 2 degrees, if you will. So,
would you recommend that to anybody who's trying to learn more about engineering? Is it a pretty solid program?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty solid. Definitely on the, cheaper end compared to other options out there, but I would definitely recommend it if you want to know about the fundamentals of sound design, and then getting the, create your own EP, as I did with I'm Serious. So I would recommend it to anyone who really wants to learn those fundamentals and get out there and try it.
And what's the name of the program one more time?
Sound Arts.
Through MCTC.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break here in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But before that, too complex of a question to ask before the break.
I was wondering if my question would be fast enough too. But so you're talking about finding new ways to come up with like fresh ideas or new ideas because you're working with yourself a lot.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind sharing some of your strategies that were successful for you, just because I know a lot of artists face the same thing. If they're like their only friend who writes raps or whatever, it's just like, how do I stay fresh? Am I, well, I'll just let you elaborate on it.
Yeah, so I'd say the kind of secrets I have are really, I'd give credit to, Jeff here off camera. I'd give credit to BDaMan. I'd give mad credit to my best friend Corey. I think between the three of them putting me on to various type of music, especially my best friend Corey putting me on the bunch of ICP, Necro, Mr. Hyde, a bunch of stuff I wouldn't otherwise know.
Nice.
I'd say that's helped me figure out ways to like stay fresh with my sampling, even with my bars, saying it with your chest, as Corey would say. I'd like to think that has helped me like keep that idea in mind of like, okay, like I can keep that BDaMan style but continue to go harder and harder, whether it's on the production aspect or the rhyming aspect. So I think between the three good people I have musically, I think it absolutely helps me like keep that mentality of just grinding and continuing to move forward, especially with trying to reinvent myself musically.
Very cool.
That's words of wisdom. If you're just joining us, we're sitting down with BDaMan. You can follow him at BDaMan612. You can follow SunDogs at SunDogs TC. We're going to take a break here in about 30 seconds. Give us a call, 651-313-5125. Send us information about upcoming events and radio edited songs to sundogstc@gmail.com. SunDogs present local vibes. Broadcast live every Friday at 6 p.m. We're going to be right back.
Bow wow.
Bow wow,
Bow
Twin
wow.
Cities. We promise we won't leave you. We will be right back.
Bow wow. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to SunDogs Present Local Vibes.
We are sitting down with BDaMan. You can follow him at BDaMan612, and he's been dropping knowledge bombs on SunDogs, including
right.
what has been working, what hasn't been working during the COVID quarantine. But now that's, I don't want to say all said and done, I don't want to curse us.
Jinx us.
But management says that you've got some August shows coming up.
Yeah, I've been performing at Broken Clock Brewing Cooperative in Northeast Minneapolis this summer. First one was July 16th, the first one was June 16th. Got one coming up Saturday, July 17th.
Hey.
And the final one will be Saturday, August 14th.
Very cool. And cool spot. I've never been there.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty cool. This is my 4th year there.
No way.
Yeah, 3rd, 4th year there, I believe. So, they've loved me enough to have me back. So it's
Yeah, they've got good taste, I can tell you that.
Yeah, most definitely.
No, but yeah, I can't imagine. You must have been going crazy during the whole pandemic with no live shows, because you're such an amazing live performer that it's got to be hard not being able to connect with the crowd like that and really
having it all pent up.
Yeah, I'm sure that perpetuates your career a lot, just having a good show and giving the people some real entertainment, and not being able to do that must have been driving you crazy.
Yeah, it was a unique situation. I did perform there last year at Broken Clock in July 2020, but that was the only show I had done during the pandemic. So literally almost a year break between performing at Broken Clock from July 2020 to June, of this year. So, a year of not performing, I was really getting the itch to just getting back out there and just doing what I love and performing for the people.
Was that show in June your first one, like post-pandemic technically?
Yeah.
How was that? Was it great, or was it a little rusty, or?
It was a little rusty with like practicing and such, but Jeff can probably back me up here. Once I actually hit the stage, it felt like I had never left. Like lyrics I thought would take me a while to kind of like remember, or I thought I would mess up, I performed it, did it well, and I was like,
nice.
It's back to normal. So
Yeah, he's a machine.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So since the June show, is it a residency, or are they just month to month booking you out?
I'd say it's a little bit of a residency.
I mean,
they like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
4 years in a row. That's no coincidence.
But I was gonna ask if you're performing predominantly in like classic stuff from BDaMan, from I'm Serious, or if you're dropping any more fully fleshed out upcoming stuff. If you're allowed to talk about that. I know your manager's giving me the be careful.
I can tell. No, probably no newer stuff. I mean, if I do, it might be like a complete surprise even to him. But
slide through an open mic or something, drop a little something.
Yeah, but I mean, I can tell you for this one I'm doing Saturday, I'm gonna be doing like bits and pieces from my discography, going as far back as Here's the Man, EP and LP, to like obviously I BDaMan and I'm Serious.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been doing that for the June show, and I plan on doing that for the July show, and then August, I guess. You have to come out and see what I do.
Ooh.
Exactly.
And
remind everybody where that show is going to be, or which brewery that is.
Yeah, that will be Broken Clock Brewing Cooperative in Northeast Minneapolis.
And right northeast.
Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. One more question about the performances, if you care to reveal. Do you typically kind of lay out your set list? Do you have 3 solid set lists, or is it just that day I'm going to put together the instrumentals of what I want it to be, of what I'm feeling in that moment?
I'd say I definitely lay it out. I try to have a certain theme to it, especially this month, just reflecting on how far I've come as an artist and as a person.
Yeah.
Like this month will be more, Here's the Man, as you guys know, my rap name is based off Ric Flair's phrase, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! So so that's kind of the theme of this month is, to be the man, kind of taking that like look back at my discography, whereas like last month was more of a, dropping little gems here and there that I've kind of had in my songs throughout the year.
Journey. But
Yeah.
this one's gonna be all hard hitting, nothing but swagger. Set.
Yeah, and then
That sounds great.
yeah, and then August will be more of kind of the lyrical in your face stuff that I kind of have had throughout the years with maybe some newer stuff. So definitely more of a theme aspect to it, and a lot of planning out with my set.
I love it. Shifting gears a little bit, what we talked about the production of I'm Serious.
Yeah.
What did you learn both as a producer and as a songwriter to apply to any projects that may be on the horizon, whether it be single or full length or another EP perhaps?
Yeah. I'd say production wise, what I learned to apply is making sure to give myself enough time to mix and master. Especially with it essentially being I'm Serious was essentially my final project for the SunDogs program.
Okay.
I really had to make sure to plan accordingly with, getting in the studio to record, making sure mixing was done by a certain time, mastering it, making sure to have it done so my instructors could hear it, and then having that done to get the grade on it. And then any final feedback from them I would use to kind of touch up on the EP before I released it to the public.
Cool.
So I definitely learned to make sure to take adequate time, but make sure to really hone in on specific things more than others and make sure to give myself enough time in the production aspect.
But also keep a deadline in that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Whatever
keep a deadline for yourself, but don't announce the deadline to everybody because that's so much pressure.
Oh, yeah. And then in the writing aspect, I've learned a few different ways to try to get my points across, whereas, whether it's saying it with my chest or, just using harder hitting flows or tone, I'd say it's helped me grow in that aspect of just making sure to, of course, keep that BDaMan base, but also not being afraid to grow and trying new things and not being afraid to explore and seeing what comes from it.
Speaking of growing, I know you're no stranger to music videos and stuff. It sounds like you were not cramming or running out of time, but very focused on the mixing and mastering the album. By a certain point, did you have time to plan the rollout of the release, hyping people up on social media before it drops and releasing videos with singles and stuff like that? Did you do any of that for I'm Serious?
I'd say yes and no. I feel like in terms of I'm Serious, it was more focusing on the EP itself first, especially since it also doubled as, a grade per class.
Exactly.
So it took more of making sure to get that done first before I kind of thought about, promoting it on social media. I think it was maybe mid-May where Jeff and I we went out and did the BDF music video, shot the promo video for I'm Serious. So once the school portion of work focusing on the EP was kind of done, I was able to kind of coordinate with Jeff, getting the promo video out, getting the music video out, and kind of coordinating from there kind of how to roll out I'm Serious, which I think worked for the most part, but I also think with stuff going on, in our city at the time and just in the country, I think it was kind of odd timing. I mean, me personally, I want to get it out on my birthday since I very rarely do birthday releases successfully. So it was a bit of a double-edged sword, but I'm very proud of, how it came out, how we managed to roll it out and still have, an idea or two left to kind of roll out before it's all said and done and on to the next album.
Yeah, so a promo video, that's a very unique and nice touch for rolling something out. Would you mind sharing with our audience a little bit about what even a promo video would be or what it is to you?
Yeah, so what it is to me, I tend to think of it kind of as the old wrestling promo videos in a sense, Jeff will probably back me up here, but I tend to think of it as like a old like kind of an old wrestling promo in a sense. Like, for example, the I'm Serious promo video, I kind of thought like NWO style, like when they were doing the black and white vignettes in WCW and, you know, talking about taking over WCW and kind of that black and white type of feel, or even the I BDaMan one where I took a kind of page out of Undertaker's book and just said, you know, I BDaMan November 30th, and kind of like keeping the simple approach if I can, and kind of trying to take bits and pieces of like what I know from the wrestling world and how they've done promos to kind of try to captivate people's like ears and eyes to kind of get them like reeled in a bit. So I kind of try to keep that, and Jeff with his experience and, you know, knowing about film and such, we really try to take the best of both worlds and try to like get it out and hope people appreciate it for what it is.
Heck yeah, I really sorry to
I was
be
just
doing
gonna say,
all the
and from the tone you're using, it sounds like you enjoy that part of the artistry as well. Versus a lot of artists just want to focus on the lyric writing aspect of the music. But we got lyric writing, we got production, we got cinematography, promotion.
the showmanship of the performance is really cool, and it's cool that you're interested in that as well as the poetry of it. But the performing and the promo, it sounds like with the showmanship it's a great quality to have in an entertainer. I'm sure that's why people are gravitated towards you.
And you were talking about, you know, pushing yourself, making yourself better, learning from the I'm Serious project. Any genres that you're going to be reaching into in the near future again, or that you may want to reach into or implement into some of your music?
Oh, that's a great question, actually. One I know I for sure want to dive into a little bit. I don't know when it will be, but probably in the next year or so. I definitely want to dive more into the rock genre / like that old like new metal type of style that like Limp Bizkit and Rage Against the Machine kind of go into. Like, that's a genre I really want to dive into because I, you know, feel like it hasn't been done too much. I know, shout out to Weather Check. I know Mono and them were kind of trying to do that their own way. I definitely want to try to like see if I can do a take on it. I, you know, happen to know a dope guitar player, Treble, who contributed to not I'm Serious. He contributed to I BDaMan with a couple guitar riffs. So it's something,
some tasty licks.
Yeah, so it's something him and I kind of talked about for a while. So it's definitely something I want to try to like pursue very soon, to kind of like switch it up and take a more grimier approach to it.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds very, very awesome and exciting. We really appreciate you giving us such a phenomenal look behind the curtain.
A sneak peek, little live music, at least on the recording side of things. But it would be amazing to see with the band and seeing the cymbals of the drums smashing behind you as you're going crazy out there. I could totally see you doing some Rage Against the Machine type stuff.
Yeah, 16 measure guitar solo extension of the song, you know.
Yep. Just like awesome rock, and then, you know, just like the woo, you know, like, you know, just like that could be a whole, I'm so sorry. That could be a whole bar just in itself, like yelling and then like boom, back to rock. No. Yeah, like yeah. And like just like a wrestling intro pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah, good.
I love it. Any you were talking about a little bit about an engineering production collaboration. Any future features or collaborations on the horizon, or recently released, I should say?
None recently released. I have been doing some stuff with Minnesota Cold.
Okay.
Him and I have a couple songs we've done. Last time I talked to him, he mentioned wanting to possibly do an EP. So I might be doing an EP. You know, Minnesota Cold always got the fire beats. He's always sending some over on a bi-weekly basis. So I'll probably, you know, try to get an EP out with him going. But the big collab project that'll probably be next is my best friend and I, Corey. We're going to be doing something called All Wrongs Reserved. Ooh. So what that's going to be, he'll be working on an actual turntable with actual vinyl.
What?
So he's going to be doing the cuts, kind of, so like say for example, like, you know, part of an Eminem song going into like a DMX song or an ICP song. Essentially what that's going to be, he's going to be, you know, we're going to be taking the best cuts that he does on the turntable, and I'm going to be putting them together under the BDaMan moniker. Yeah. And I'm also going to be rapping on a few like industry beats, whether it's, you know, something from NWA or 50 Cent. You know, possibilities are essentially endless because it's all wrongs reserved, and we don't care if we get sued.
Precisely.
Or sounds like such a fun project.
Remix of the Run DMC Aerosmith. It's tricky, kind of that rock rap.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, and this one I'd say is more of like, it's more of a sense kind of taking the best of like, what's the best I can put it? So like taking like, for example, a good song I can think of that he's just killing it at is what is it? It's a song off of Relapse. I'm trying to think of what it is at the moment. Like Same Song and Dance. Like that's a song he's great at on the turntable, just kills it. So something like Same Song and Dance from Relapse going into like Just Lose It. That I don't know if we'll necessarily do that like
Eminem
mix, but yes, that's essentially kind of what the gist will be, is taking the best from these records that he's doing on the turntable. I might even do a few songs I've been getting better on the turntable as well. So, you know,
but then capturing those scratches and cuts digitally, popping it into, do you use FL Studio, Logic, Ableton?
We're getting the takes on Audacity, but I'll be mixing and mastering it in FL Studio.
Gotcha.
But, you know, of course it's recorded digitally, but Corey, he'll be doing it all with actual vinyl, actual turntable. So, you know, not a digital turntable, all legit, straight with the fingers, straight working it.
Awesome. You're blowing my mind, and I think you're blowing our listeners' mind. If you're just sitting down with us, BDaMan is blowing our minds.
Yeah, we'll have to take a break here in less than a minute, but we should definitely talk about your vinyl hunting. It sounds well, you're now a vinyl DJ, but we'll talk about your vinyl hunting after the break for sure.
Yeah,
make sure to follow, because I was just about to say the same thing. Make sure to follow BDaMan at BDaMan612, BDaMan 612. Follow SunDogs at SunDogs TC. And make sure to catch the archived episodes of SunDogs Present Local Vibes both on anchor.fm/local vibes as well as youtube.com. SunDogs TC is the channel.
Call in 651-313-5125. We will catch you on the other side of the break. SunDogs Present Local Vibes.
Bow wow, baby. Bow wow. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. This is SunDogs Present Local Vibes. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. We got BDaMan in the studio.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's always a pleasure. It's a blast. We've only got like 10 minutes left before we're playing these songs. We've got BDF.
BDF. Yes.
And then what's the other song?
We have it up here. Hold on.
But we're playing BDF first.
Machine.
Anything
Excuse
you
me.
want to tell the audience about the track before they dive into it?
Yeah, so of course we have a very fresh music video for this on YouTube on the official BDaMan YouTube channel. This one, BDF are my initials, Bryce Duran Foster. This one is really about me, coming back into the swing of things, talking about, my history, doing music so far, people that have kind of come and gone, kind of doubted me while they're, doing other things like, talking about soccer or the Emmys or, not really giving me my just due. Mm-hmm. So this one is definitely talking about the start to the present day and just talking about how, when I blow up, Shaway, I don't need them forever, as the line in the song says,
And for listeners who don't know, it's the first track. It's the opening track of the project.
Yes.
Which I think it's a phenomenal tone setter, if you will.
Yeah, setting the tone, setting the mood. It's like if you didn't know what you were in store for, now you know.
Yes, exactly.
Heck yeah.
I love it.
That's very cool.
And I'd love a little in-depth look on Machine, which is the fourth track in the same project.
Yep.
Just kind of a glimpse into what was going through your head when you were writing that. / do you write all the songs prior to hearing and or creating the instrumentals, or does the beat that you create and or hear influence what comes out of the pen?
Well, this EP was interesting because I was a little behind with production and recording when it came time to, do it for school. Mm-hmm. So what I had to do essentially, as you guys know and love, the DIE Rap Challenge, I took a lot of verses from various DIE Rap Challenges and kind of placed them into songs for this EP.
That's perfect.
So I essentially took what worked into song form and what didn't. Machine, however, is an exception because 2 of the verses were written beforehand in 2018.
Whoa.
And then the third verse is from the DIE Rap Challenge video. I think that was on the Banned from TV instrumental by Nori when I did that entry. So I essentially took the best of those verses. I had a sample in mind, kind of loosely basing it off of Move by Q-Tip, produced by the late great Jay Dilla. So I kind of took that influence and kind of made my own version, again, like I was saying earlier, making it unique and kind of my own. So I kind of took those factors, and that's how Machine came about, and kind of making it old school. And as you'll see in the music video, I took a unique approach with a wig, and Jeff was trying not to laugh the whole time we recorded it.
And so there's a visual accompaniment. There's music video for Machine as well. Is there a music video for every track of that? 6 or 7 track?
I think it's technically 6, 7 if you count the alternate version of I'm Serious. Gotcha. But hopefully one day we can get videos out for all the songs.
I was just sorry, when you say wig, I think of Action Bronson. Kiss your father on the lips for me. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So I don't know if it was that Sabotage action movie, but I have not seen the visuals for Machine.
I highly recommend checking it out. Yeah. We were going for a Shaft feel, but I think we did okay with what came out.
And you've got a solid YouTube channel now, it sounds like. Is it just BDaMan?
Yeah, it's just BDaMan. I think that one is also BDaMan 612, but I've got all my songs up there from all the way back as Here's the Man EP to I'm Serious, all my music videos. So everything is really up on that BDaMan channel now. It's come a long way since I started it back in, 2009. So it's really concrete now.
Very cool. Yeah, youtube.com/user/BDaMan612. Otherwise, you could just type in BDaMan, and I'm sure it'd be the first thing to pop up.
Yeah.
BDaMan612 is also the best social media handle for
Nice.
BDaMan.
He's
Follow
got a
him.
killer Instagram, like he was saying,
Oh,
the Do It
yeah.
Every Day rap challenge.
Yeah.
Classic, inspirational. We gave it a crack.
Yeah.
And it's tough because I think we just did 30 days, and you've done 30 days a handful of times now.
Consistently.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What would you recommend that to other artists who, I mean, now it seems like your catalog is just so big because of the fact that you did those challenges where you can just pick through and really put together a project pretty easily, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, definitely. I try to really dig back into that if I'm having writer's block, and I typically try to go back and think like, okay, like this kind of matches with this on subject matter, or this is a nice contrast of this. I think the best example on I'm Serious of that would probably be The Art of Negotiation, a song where I had the first verse down, but the second and third were kind of incomplete in a way. So, I took from, one of the other DIE rap challenges. I forgot the second verse off top. And then the third one was from when I rapped over Them Changes by Thundercat. So,
Whoa.
again, really taking from, bits and pieces. Oh, the second verse was when I rapped over No 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 by Jay Mills. So again, very
Interesting.
big
Different
contrast of
styles,
verses, but putting them together, it really links the songs in a unique way that, either might go over some people's heads, or, if you have that intellect, you might be like, oh, I see how it comes together. So
Nice.
That must have been fun to almost Frankenstein the similar themes together from this. Yeah. How many times have you done the Do It Every Day challenge?
Oh man,
I want to say 3 times, but I don't want to misspeak.
I honestly think it has to have been at least 5 or 6, because I've been doing it since 2017, maybe 2018. If I've known Jeff since 2017, it's probably been as long as then. So I've
and
probably
it's at
been
least
doing
once a year.
Yeah, so I think 7, I believe. So at least 7 times.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's sorry, we're running out of time, so I don't want to use up all the question time. For people who are trying to write more, the rap challenge is obviously a good way to get over that, because by like the second or third day, it's getting to the end of the day, you're like, I really felt like writing a song that first day of the challenge, and now I have to get a song together.
Yep.
Yeah.
What, because you're writing, it's not just like, well, sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, I guess. But like, is there like a go-to, like, oh, I'm going to rap about like what I had for lunch that day, and that's for sure going to get me through a few bars, and then I'll write the rest? Or like, what strategy do you have to be able to come up with one every day? Because sometimes there's like a major time crunch, I know, at the end of the day, being like, I got to get one out.
Yeah, I'd say the strategy sometimes is thinking of that starting line, and I kind of use that concept with writing songs in general. As long as I can come up with that starting line, I'm usually able to kind of go off of that and kind of like think kind of the snowball effect. I'm usually able to think of that starting line and then go from there, or think of some thought that kind of happens to be circling in my mind from the day, putting it into a unique way, and then being like, okay, like, let's see what else I can kind of keep coming up with.
Yeah.
It's really having a theme or a thesis almost, it sounds like, where it's like, this is the idea at the beginning, and then I'm going to tell you about it. Like,
or even like with a certain beat, like when I did the mini aux challenge, Dead Presidents.
Oof.
Like when I did that one, I remember you checked that one out.
Yep.
And I remember having to think like, okay, Dead Presidents, everyone knows this, so trying to think of a unique way to talk about money, and spinning that line or that thought about money, and thinking like, okay, how can I spin this in a way to like be clever and unique? So sometimes it's almost working with whatever beat I choose and like thinking outside of the box, and then going from there to think of the starting line and the rest of the verse.
Heck yeah. Well, we're about to run out of time. I just want to thank you again so much for meeting up with us. I can't wait to see your like the production you're doing really get honed in, because it sounds like you're not afraid to sample, which is like so exciting for me to hear. Like I can't wait to hear you over some other beats, like on a project. Like
it's gonna be
just
phenomenal.
hearing you talking about it's got me so excited about it.
To see that you are excited about the momentum,
the
growing.
progress.
It's phenomenal to see an artist not only passionate but excited by it as well. So thank you again for sitting down with us.
Yeah, no problem.
In a few sentences, if you could drop one more knowledge tidbit on aspiring songwriters in particular, any motivation or mantras you may use to get you through writer's block. I know you said looking back into your previous work, but any, like in a sentence or less, or 2 sentences or less, any advice to any songwriters?
Yeah, I'd say, and it might be similar to what I said the last time I was with you guys, but I think what I would say is don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to really dig deep into your emotions and see what comes from it.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much, BDaMan. Thanks, listeners. We will see you guys next week. SunDogs present Local Vibes.
And we're going to be rolling right into BDF. That's the first track off of I'm Serious. And then right into Machine.
See you guys next week.
Bow wow.
Started in the game, caught myself a real hustler. Far from deserving, they smacked me with a muffler. Made me tougher, made me stronger, made me wiser. Buff like Steiner, blow up like the geysers. Battled in wars and hindsight was petty. Bumped up my intellect, back then I wasn't ready. Nowadays they sounding super similar. Same song with the simplest signature. How you work that damn hard not to ever change? Body still big, but I broke out the cage. R.I.P. to that before 2010. Changing day in, day out, all again. Far from the former wires, some of the mental. Now you're gone, like the vibes of the instrumental. 2020, I hit the bigger doubles. Full circle living, so I hit the bigger hustle. Big by design, but I shine on the front line. Born for my destiny, fit for my own time. Best on the danger, flames in the anger. Breaking out the daggers, fire from the chamber. Big by design, but I shine on the front line. Born for my destiny, fit for my own time. Best on the danger, flames in the anger. Breaking out the daggers, fire from the chamber. I see a lot, hear a lot, rarely gotta speak. Bad puns get a wink like it's tongue in cheek. They get to talking about the scene, wondering how come. Y'all ain't beat the gems I dropped last album. Everybody claiming different, yet they sound the same. Me and Louis touchdown, we make a new lane. Seen them come, seen them go, wasting all the talent. Same that's talking, they used to have it floundering like fish. Fresh out the water, refuse to take the same fate, never fought the sun. Why would I bother when they never took me serious? Who's still here? Who left in weariness? Talking everything, soccer to the Oscars. Chilling on a roster, settle for the dollars. My impact here, let me say it again. You gotta beat the man to get the beat a man. Big by design, but I shine on the front line. Born for my destiny, fit for my own time. Best on the danger, flames in the anger. Breaking out the daggers, fire from the chamber. Big by design, but I shine on the front line. Born for my destiny, fit for my own time. Best on the danger, flames in the anger. Breaking out the daggers, fire from the chamber. Sounded by the wayside, come and go like corner stores. Many came, many went. Keeping up is such a bore. Count them on the floor like them cheap 1 cents. Punks tried to step with them boot butt threats. Who you think you talking to? Don't let sway ya. Send you with your own bar to the Himalayas. No one is exempt, ain't a damn soul stopping me. Miss me with the please skip the mockery. Talking a different language, so is that it's so necessary. I thought they was permanent, were only temporary. Now they acting scary, only comment on the weird. Never share my wins, steady standing on that weirdness. Add up all the shots in the bars, you get it? Shouts out to the ones who parted ways and split. Made me tougher, made me stronger, made me better. When I blow up, shoot with, I don't need them forever. Big by design, but I shine on the front line. Born for my destiny, fit for my own time. Best on the danger, flames in the anger. Breaking out the daggers, fire from the chamber. Big by design, but I shine on the front line. Born for my destiny, fit for my own time. Best on the danger, flames in the anger. Breaking out the daggers, fire from the chamber. People want spectacular, they want such a strong vernacular so they can get the biz for capacitors. With the flux and bucks in, that's self-destruction. All in your system for combustion. They ain't got the spark of spirit, no compassion with it, not the love up in it. Need a little bit of understanding, need a little bit of independence in a world full of dependence. Hold your stance, take your pride, breathe in, breathe out, never let them take you out. The room full of suits and big ties can never ever ever take out this big guy. Got the rage like De La Rocha, I explode fast like a supernova. They don't care about the vision, they wanna put your minutes, doing what's best for the business. Down with the machine, pushing all agendas, they will never reign supreme. It's down with the machine, it's a new agenda with a brand new regime. Me and my brothers, my sister, that's the team. My nephew's niece, future with dreams. My parents, grandmas, my few friends. Circle so small, see how the wheels spin. See how the wheel turn, see how the wheel ride. Look at the architecture, see how the wheel provide. No manufactured flaws. Raw and uncut, magazine untouched. No Photoshop, skin alteration. Big shots need a big calibration. They don't all forgot about a little bit of patience. They don't all forgot how it feels to be waiting. To exhale from hell and heaven with the choir. Hitting low passes with the ones by the fire. We aspire to break doors and break norms. New automation make us grab 'em by the horns. Woo! Down with the machine, pushing all agendas, they will never reign supreme. It's down with the machine. It's a new agenda with a brand new regime. You see the kid, the shirts and sunglasses. You know the name, the woo to masses. Boots to asses when it comes to lyrical killing. Style, profile, get the will and dealing. Hollering my name for the wrong reasons. People got more faces than the all seasons. I'm in my own lane and league. My crew is a horseman, attack like blitzkrieg. If you don't like it, learn to love it. Eternal like flames running through my veins. Everything rearranged, past 15 or so. Hold up, let me break down the manifesto. I intend to alter all perception. Get more complex, something like Inception. Unspoken thoughts on my lyrical expression. Come at y'all with a ruthless aggression. Ruthless. Down with the machine, pushing all agendas, they will never reign supreme. It's down with the machine. It's a new agenda with a brand new regime. Down with the machine, pushing all agendas, they will never reign supreme. It's down with the machine, it's a new agenda with a brand new regime. Woo! Woo! Ah. Like a machine, like a whole machine. Woo! Woo! Ah. Ah. If you know, you know.